one, go!
Oh. Yeah, getting just a little bit of lag. Not as bad as last time, but there is a bit. Wow, that killed a lot earlier than I thought it would. Okay.
You'll get no sympathy from me.
Survival! Three, two, one, go!
Okay. Well, I got more hits in on that one, but yeah. Any comments so far?
Let's pretend those two games are just warm-ups at this point.
Okay. I've noticed sometimes like my connection gets gradually a little bit better. Like somehow it's like it's establishing itself in a way, kind of finding the
It could be. It could
right
also be that
connection.
you also get used to like the very slight delay of it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's it.
It could be both. I don't know.
When was the last time you played a tournament?
Let's see. That must have been like 2-3 months ago.
Oh, not bad. See, if I had your skill, I would be playing all the time.
One, go!
I always try to DI those in a little bit, just to not get people that like not get hit when people fall straight down. I thought I still had another jump. Damn it. Again. Okay.
The winner is
I'm pretty good at snapping onto the ledge with the side B, so if I ever miss it and go too low, that's usually because of a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I figured. Is there a character you're really comfortable playing against, like the matchup? Because I feel like this matchup is still slightly unknown to you.
Let's see. I'm
Like
pretty
Mario,
good
for
against
example.
yeah, against like Mario. Mario's not bad. I'm trying to think. Because considering like what I've been playing online mostly, I've been doing a lot more online play. I usually
with Mario.
train. Okay, yeah. I usually train against like Donkey Kong because he's such a large hitbox and
Okay.
easy for me to practice combos, but I'm used to Mario a lot.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. So let's because the Ike, I know exactly like what's happening and what's going wrong, but we can go through that one later because I feel like you just don't know how to play the matchup really.
Yeah, I never play against any Ikes to be honest. So
So let's make this the best of 5 instead.
go.
okay. That neutral air though, that's like one of the things that always gets me. Oh no, I didn't have another jump. Okay. Nope. Okay. Comments on that one, since that was a pretty different fight. I think I haven't gotten that much percentage on you before, but
So far, I feel like you're not really sure of how to approach and how to pressure safely, but we'll go through that one soon.
okay.
Because you're not
Alright.
you're not really dealing with shield in the right way, and you're not really making me shield either.
Survival.
Okay, yeah.
Do you feel like you are?
I would be able to pressure a little bit faster pace and play more fast, but the lag is kind of what holds me back.
Oh
a
yeah,
bit.
but pressure
is
pressure
it
has
alright if
nothing
I
to do with like being quick though, so it's okay.
can I switch over to my Link? Is that
Yeah,
alright,
yeah.
or should I stay as Fox?
No, it's okay. You can stay with or you can go with whatever you want really.
Okay. Link isn't such a fast-paced character, so maybe that might you might see more of like different kind of approaches that don't require perfect speed. Okay. And that's like your main character, so I'm gonna get particularly hard.
2, 1, go!
Oh my god, I finally KO'd you for the first time. I meant to do my forward tilt right there, but it didn't come out. Comments on that one?
So I feel like in this you have a bit more control over, you have less like aggro and speed dependency, which is good, and it's kind of the same, which you should still keep that mentality for Fox. Fox is not really about being fast, he's about pressuring and then counterattacking. Yeah. So that can't really be done quickly, and if you are doing it quickly, you're outspeeding yourself or playing your own game. You need to always like play according to the opponent. With Fox, you play, you do things like double F tilt versus shield. You try to jump back. You double jump back in, for example. You side B, kind of obviously where it's going to be, and you depend on it a little much as well. You don't really know how to like cover full hops immediately or punish full hops immediately with Fox. With Link, you just immediately, like, the first thing you do is just like establish that nope, no full hopping. I'm gonna cover high if you are gonna jump there. So, and you did. However, with Link, it feels like, not actually just with Link, but with both characters, it seems like you have a hard time with pressure. Like you don't really know how to deal with it yet, which is okay. We'll get to that. You can definitely grab a little, not better, but you can find more opportunities to know when and where to grab me and how to like make me shield. Once again, it's all about like the pressure that you put on so that you know where to shield. This character feats you a little bit more though, because you know how to wall out a little better than walling out with Fox. But there are a couple of things that we can definitely work on that will, let's do it after these two games.
Okay. I actually played Link for a long time. I was checking my stats the other day, and I've played like 4,000 battles on here with Link and only like a couple hundred with Fox. I mean, not a couple hundred, like a little over 1,000 with Fox, so yeah, definitely. Ooh, regretted that air dodge. No, no, no. Oh, that's the other thing I was working on too, be reversing with Link. Oh, man.
That's alright.
Okay. Was that 5? No, no, that was only
No,
the
no, let's, we
third
have,
one. This is the third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Survival.
I think when I used to play like Melee and Brawl and all of those, like I always played Fox. But when Smash 4 came out, Fox got nerfed so bad that I guess not that bad, but he in Melee he used to be able to up smash and kill at like 60%, and now I didn't get used to that anymore. He got kind of slowed down a bit for me. So that's where I switched over to Link. So I've been playing Link since this game came out, since Smash 4 came out. Right on day one when I got home, like I went online and just started playing.
Let me see.
1, go.
But see, you're losing neutral by me doing nothing sometimes, and it's because you don't know how to pressure correctly. And we'll get into that later.
Well, it meant to be a boomerang. I was supposed to turn around right there. Explosive spike. Man.
Okay, so I think it's about time that you... I feel like you know Link-specific stuff, and you probably know Fox-specific stuff. In terms of, like, what you should go for. So with Fox, you know kind of what to fish for, but... and kind of, like, how to convert into other things, and, like, how to recover, and kind of what it is that you should be linking into each other, and, like, what your openings kind of look like. But you don't know how to establish pressure, and you don't really know how to deal with pressure, and you don't really know how to hit a shield or When I say you don't know how to hit a shield, I mean you don't know how to like hit it safely and make it into your favor, like that somebody blocked something from you.
Yeah.
You also have a difficulties knowing when to roll into the stage. So usually when you're cornered, you just go for it. You just roll. And if I overwhelm you with a lot of pressure and being all over you, it's easy for me to just kind of put you in a situation where you have to teching. That's maybe something you're not ready for, and then you die to not teching at that point. And that's usually kind of like that's all I had in mind when I played you. Kind of pressure him, and also when I stood still and did nothing, you didn't know how to play against it. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to like make me lose. You kind of lost yourself by me not doing anything sometimes. and that basically comes down to like how you deal with pressure or how you deal pressure yourself. So my recommendation is that you have two choices now. You can play Palutena or you can play Ike. Extremely, extremely, extremely simple characters that are all about how this game works and not at all about what the characters can do and what they should do. It's literally just like how do you play the game and how do you get good at it. So let's see.
I'll switch to Ike for a while then. I don't know Palutena at all. So
Okay. I would
yeah,
honestly.
I can play against Palutena, but yeah,
You
I
can
can't
play-
play her.
okay. I would say try playing both. See if you can get good with both characters, because it doesn't matter that you don't know how to play the characters. Honestly, just watch the art of Palutena, watch the art of Ike, and that's all you need to know. There's not much else about the character that's like, oh, but she can also do this. It's very simple.
Okay.
It's basically just like she can do A, B, and C, get good at it. That's all it is. So, let's see. Pick Ike, and before you do, put the stocks on 99. I want to show you a couple of fundamental things.
Okay.
And this will obviously later apply to any character that you play. So if we go through it like with Ike, it'll be at its simplest, right? And if you get good at this simplicity, you can later do it quickly with Fox, or you can do it in more ways with Link, and so on. What controller are you
When
using?
does GameCube?
Okay.
When does Ike's spike come out? For his down air?
Frame-wise, I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter, honestly.
Is it like towards the beginning of the attack, or?
It's like when you can see that as soon as he swings, it's a pretty natural one. So as soon as he swings it at the tip, right there. So, bam, that's the one.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Space against my shield safely right now. Just say I'm standing still.
That.
Kind of.
It's about to break, so.
That's fine. Okay, one more time. Okay, now do it like this. So run in and then jump and do it.
Okay.
From far away, so from there.
So just run, right? Just
Run
run.
in
Okay.
and then do it. Nice. One more time. Nice. One more time.
Okay. I missed the shield right there.
Nice. Good stuff. Okay. So, you know how to space in an aggressive manner. You kind of slow down before you jump in. So you know how to space that one. Now space up close. So from here, space my shield. No. Basically, we're just standing like this. I want you to space against my shield.
Okay, wait.
Nice, better. Now use neutral air instead.
Nope.
Just like this. It's just like forward air. It's just that it looks different. There it is. Nice. Okay, better.
Okay.
And then add pressure after. Nice. Okay. Now you see how that 2 jab missed? Try to also now, let's just put up your shield. Try to do so that you space, and then you have this one perfectly.
Okay.
So that you don't overspace yourself, so whatever comes after is missed. Almost.
Wait, that was a forward air.
Over spaced.
That's too far.
With Nair, with Nair. Nice. Better. Okay, good stuff. That's the first beginning of this game, right? That's how you play it. And you're good at this. So let's just keep it like this and keep it simple with this. Now, I want you to just put up your shield. I want you to do this now. You jump in, and then you do this one. And then after, so you stay close enough so that I can't grab you. And at the same time, you can go for like 1, 2, and headshot me if I do grab it. So it looks like this. Let me just wait for your shield a little bit. I'm going to space against your shield. You're going to try to grab me. I'm going to basically hit you for grabbing. So, shield.
Okay.
1, 2.
Okay.
Let's put me here then, because I don't really get pushed back as much. So let's try it.
Let's see. You said forward air and then back air?
No,
Oh, just... Okay.
Back air, back air.
Okay. Let's see.
From a short hop, instead of a full hop. So make it a short. No. You land with it, and then you snipe me immediately for trying to grab you. So it's like this. Hold on. It's landed back air, so this, bam, and then an immediate. So, 1, 2.
See if I can at least get that going first.
I do that one with C-stick, so that I can kind of move how I want.
Yeah, I got C set to attack as well.
Okay. Hit low, because right now you're hitting my shield, so you can definitely hit it a little lower. Just like that. Perfect. That was perfect.
Oh, full hogging again.
Now try going for 1, 2. Just without hitting it. Just in itself. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's landed and then immediate back air. Landed, immediate.
Nope.
I don't know if you're pressing the shoulder button. I'm not really pressing the shoulder button for this one. All I'm doing is I'm pressing Y, C-stick, Y, C-stick.
Oops.
Okay, now land with the first one. 1, 2. Let's reset this time. Alright, let's try it again. Against my shield. No.
I didn't space that one right. Okay, let's see.
1, and then, so it's shield. 1, 2. Shield. 1, 2. That's how it looks. And that will basically scrape your head if you jab, I guess. That was a good start. Now let's do that one again. So take your time. Almost. Too close.
That was way too close. Whoops.
Better. One more time. So you have to be close enough.
I didn't go like right away.
Exactly.
With the, yeah.
Just go for it. Just go for it. It's fine. Too close.
Almost.
There it is.
There, finally.
Perfect. That's the perfect spacing right there. Okay, so this is mainly the issue. It's that if let's say in theory you would ask me to space perfectly, I would probably do it in like the first try and then keep that up for like 10 more tries. Maybe I'd fail like once or twice in those. I don't know, maybe in 20 I'd have 1 or 2 fails. But you take a lot more before it happens, and this is also an atmosphere where I'm just like standing still and not adding pressure to you. But so let's imagine this is a game and there's pressure and there's like it's in the moment, right? It probably doesn't come naturally. Or it doesn't come naturally while we stand still either, so basically the stakes are even higher during the game. So you need to get comfortable being able to do something like this, for example. And this is Palutena 101. She jumps, spaces back air, punishes immediately with another back air, because her back air is broken. And with Ike, it works the same, right? With Link, it works the same as well. You've got that with Mario, you've got that with Fox, you've got that with basically almost all characters. And this is a very small fundamental part that needs to be... It needs to be on point, like, at all times. It's the core of the game, basically. So, this is partially what I'd like you to get better at, is, like, the consistency of spacing, not perfectly, but spacing close enough so that you don't kind of get over here. Like, at this point, I've missed and I've overspaced. But this one right here is perfect, because I can snipe you if you try grabbing, so just try grabbing here. So 1, 2, bam. You see that, like, every time. I just know how to get it. And I can do this with, like, all characters, because I know how to do it with Ike so cleanly that it transitions into the game rather than the character-specific things. And this is pressure. This is pressure in general. The fact that I'm just hitting your shield, so put up your shield. The fact that I'm just kind of doing this against you makes you do something. It doesn't even need to be a mistake. Whatever you do, I can play against it and beat it. And that's the idea of pressure. So let's go back into Link, for example, and let me show you how it transitions into him. And let's say you pick Mario and just stand still like I did in one point. Because there was one moment where like you just kind of lost neutral because you didn't know how to deal with me standing still. And let me just show you like how simple it really is. Once you learn how to play Ike, you don't even need to like think, how can I do this with Link? It'll be instead the most obvious thing ever. So if Ike has that back air that can be spaced in the way that we showed right now, and the nair and the fair that we both kind of went through, let's go through how Link can do it. It's literally the same thing. So let's say you're Mario and you just shield. If I approach with back air like this and you try punishing, I get this one on you, right? So it becomes back air, back air. It's literally just like bam, bam, right?
Okay.
And then that one needs to be spaced specific for Link.
Are you getting the first hit of the back air?
Yeah, it's just
or
bam,
just like okay.
Kind of. It's basically just like a landed back air with Ike. It's the same feeling, same spacing, same idea, right? You just land it. So, the back air is simple in this case, right? Now, obviously, this was just with Ike. We went for back air, back air. It's the same thing. Obviously, Ike's back air, when it hits, it kills. But for Link, it's the same thing. It's just that it leads into a kill. So don't shield, for example. If I hit this, it doesn't do so much unless I get the up B follow-up, right? So it's essentially the same thing. We get the same move. It's just that I have to press 2 buttons for the same kind of launch and the same idea of it. So essentially, we have the same back air, Ike and Link. Because one can be immediate and anti-air, and one can you can fall with it and pressure, you know. So, and it's unpunishable if you just space it. And then you can follow up with like F tilt if you want to. You can follow up with jab if you want to. You can just do this. You can move out and then kind of jump in with boomerang, whatever you feel like you want to do. It's your decision at that point. But now let's go through. And, you remember how you spaced nair and fair against me?
Yeah.
So with Link, it's the same thing. Shield again, try grabbing this. It's just here. See, there's nothing that can be done about this. Now, this is pressure in itself. Because you can't really punish it, you have to press literally anything against it. So if you try rolling, for example, after you block it, because this is pressure and you can't deal with it, you have to, for example, roll. So let's go through that one. If I want to directly punish the roll, if I see it coming, I can kind of just up tilt, for example. Now let's do that again. So it can be 1 and 2, 2. That one will basically on reaction. So let's shield 1, 2, for example. Now that one doesn't really hit your shield, but you get the idea. And now you have a hard read, right? So if I know you're going to be rolling, so just put yourself here. If I know you're going to be rolling, I can kind of just charge this like that. For example, this is pressure. This is basically me playing against whatever option you would do. So now let's say you jump instead out of shield. So shield, bam, right. I could just cover it like this, so it's 1 and 2, or it's 1 and 2, 2. That also works, right? And it comes down to me if I want to go for multiple. I can also just kind of play it safe and keep kind of walling you out and keep you there, so that eventually maybe you do roll. because this pressure in itself is not really something you can deal with. Same thing with Nair. It works like Ike's Nair. So, try grabbing the Nair. Let's put you here instead. Sorry, we get a little bit of a... There we go. See, it doesn't work. Even if you try punishing in some other way, you get jabbed for it. So shield. Doesn't work. This is pressure, right? So whatever you do, I can basically punish you. Now try jumping and like short hop, whatever, after the nair. I can just move out and then kind of like react to what you did, for example. Or I can just stop the jump with the jab. Try down tilt or try jabbing after. I still beat it, for example, right? So essentially, you can't do anything against this. You have no direct response. The responses you have is keep holding shield, roll away, roll behind, or jump. But you can't roll away if you're cornered. So this is my moment here to pressure you even more and make you do one of the three options, which is keep holding a shield, roll towards me, or jump. Now let's say, as an example, just shield. Let's say I go for this, and then I thought I was going to cover roll, right? So just try rolling. 1, 2. It just by doing the same move twice, it covered roll. You saw that? It's just 1, 2. I landed with both of them. It's just land, land. Now if I don't want to commit to going backwards because I want to stay here, one more time, try rolling. I can go for 1, 2. And then that will basically lead me to a back air, for example. Let's try that again. I missed that one. Let's see. So shield is just 1, 2, and then that's a grab, for example. Or I can up smash, or I can up tilt, or up B, for example, right? So I've got a bunch of options. I can even jab you. And so this is pressure. Now let's say you realized, shit, I can't roll. I'm gonna have to jump, right? So just shield. And let's say I kind of went for covering the jump, or sorry, the roll, because I went for 1, 2, and then you still jumped. I can still anti-air you, right? So I still have the advantage here. Or I can throw this one out because you jumped from the distance, for example. So shield is 1. I covered the roll. You didn't roll, and then I can kind of keep you there. So let's go for that again. Bam. Oops. Sorry. Obviously, if that hits, they die. So they have to shield it. So one more time. Bam. Bam. And I cover the jump here, and I get this. And that's the idea of pressure. I did not learn this as Link. This all came from learning other characters. For Sheik, for example, when I played her, I learned something very specific in terms of cross-ups. So, if I want to, let's wait. Actually, let's start with Zero Suit. When I learned how to play Zero Suit, I learned this thing. So, put up your shield. Try grabbing this one. It works, right? You can grab me if I hit high on your shield, but if I hit low on basically on your belly, bam, I can roll away from it.
Okay.
So the lower you hit the shield with Nair, the safer it becomes, to a point where you can spot dodge and then punish them. So it's bait. And it becomes safe if you hit low on a shield. But if you hit high, like this, bam, and then there's a moment where you need to land, like this, then you can just grab it. Here. I'm gonna jump into your shield, hold on. And this goes back to like playing Mario, for example. There it is. Because there's a moment where I'm not doing it quick enough and I'm kind of landing as I'm hitting the high shield. There's a bit of a moment where I need to like get on the ground. Now if I do it the same thing like this, whoops, that didn't even hit the shield. Bam, that didn't hit the shield either. There it is. Then you can't really do much about it, for example. Now this is risky, right? The only thing I can do as Link is spot dodge because I don't have a frame 1 jab like Zero Suit does. But with Sheik, I learned that if I want to actually approach the shield, I can hit the front with back air, and it'll cross you up. So just wait for your shield a little bit. There we go. You see that? I hit the very front where it looks like you can grab me, and if you grab, I get an up tilt, or I get an up smash, and I get this combo here, and you need to land, and it's trouble. And that's the thing. That's basically adding pressure and mixing up with knowing how to add different pressure in general. Let's just reset just Okay, so if you stand still and you have nothing to do, I would add pressure with, for example, just charge. Because yes, that makes them jump. And even if you cape, for example, cape right now, I can just throw it. I can wait for it and then release it, which means Mario needs to get closer. He can't really be this far away. When he does get closer, I can pull up a bomb and kind of just wait and then throw it like this, for example. See that? I'm just retreating because I've made you approach by holding arrows. You kind of feel like, shit, I can't be on a distance. He's gonna make me jump, or I'm gonna have to eat this arrow, or I'm gonna, like, you know, miss a cape. So I'm gonna have to go aggro. This time you pull out a bomb, he goes aggro, you retreat with the bomb, and you kind of catch him, right? Or if he does nothing, he's standing still, and you are, for example, in this situation, so put yourself here, and I want to add pressure. This is what I do. And there's different ways of pressure, like I said. You can definitely do 2 of these, and both of them can hit the shield. You can just land with Nair. You can go for this and do this. You can kind of just throw out a boomerang and then go for this and then go for a landed aerial. You can do many things, but basically there's a bomb. I feel like you might want to get closer, and then, like, I can just keep you out all day because I get freedom to do whatever I want. But once you add pressure to me, I have to respond to you, right? And however you respond to me, or however I respond to you, can be punished or played around. But if you don't add pressure, that means that I can do, or the opposite player can do whatever he wants, and he'll basically make you do whatever he wants. Like, he wants you to do. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So pressure is one key thing you need to learn at this point, and like how to hit shield safely, for example. Let's see. Let's take this with someone as simple as Fox as well, and it'll like make a little bit more sense.
You want me to stay as Mario, or switch over to Link, maybe? Or
you can go for Link.
Okay.
It'll make sense at that point.
At some point, just for the fun of it, I do want to play your Link.
Oh, for sure.
Alright, I'll switch over to Link.
But yeah, all of these things, I would have never have known them. I would have never gotten good at them if I didn't play the other characters. I played, for example, Diddy, and I learned something completely different that I wouldn't have learned if I just played Link either. And it came down to like ledge trapping, for example, how that works and how Link can do it in a very Diddy-specific way. You know, you learn things from each character. And so this is why I highly recommend Ike and Palutena, so you just get the basics out of the way and don't worry too much about like, okay, with Fox I have to short hop, cancel, and frame trap. And no, you just need to know how to simply win to start off with. Now let's see. Okay, so if I'm going to add pressure, first of all, from a distance, Fox has many options, right? He has lasers to force aggression. He's got side B to punish whiffs, so if you jump and you space that forward like you did right now, and I see that you're about to land and miss it, so no, exactly, do it from a distance where it's like way over spaced. I can just go for this one and punish it, for example, so here, bam, and I basically can punish you from a distance, right, if I know it's gonna happen. So this one is cheesy, but it works as a little punish from far away. Now if I'm a little bit closer, so let's say you, exactly, just space against me where you are in place, I can kind of just go in and out and punish. So let's see here. There, that Nair, for example, can be dash attack. That forward air can be dash attack because you missed. That can be grabbed because you kind of landed with it and you didn't use the strong hit. Now this is the same thing with Fox, for example. Hold on. Let's say I want to approach with Nair. Instead of to shield, instead of going for this, which is okay against someone like Link, you can still go for bam, this. And that's even stronger because nobody can punish that with no matter how many frames they have. Same thing with now, if you mix this up, so shield again, if you mix this up with getting behind them, like this, and then you can punish with this if they try to punish with anything. These are things that basically establish a shield, right? The down air cross up, the jump in with Nair like this, and then the constant dash attacking or getting close to dash attack at least. So let's say you jump in fair in place right now and just miss it, right? Fox is all about just kind of like moving out of the way and then punishing a miss. He's a whiff punisher basically. So those are well spaced actually. Let me just get back to stage. So now let's say you're playing Link against my Fox, just as an example. You miss anything there, for example, that's a free dash attack. Those are just dash attackable. The jab, dash attack, punish because you landed without the strong hit. And so, you know, it goes on, right? Punish because you landed instead of grabbing the ledge. And so, okay, so let's go back into this back air. What does this back air do? There's two kinds of back airs, right? Just like we talked with Ike. There's a landed one and an immediate one, right? So, one or the landed one. Now, the landed one is safe, right? Because you can go for 1, 2, or you can just kind of back off after. There's nothing you can do. So try grabbing it, for example.
Yep. Let's see. Alright.
Whoa. My spot dodge is even too fast. Let's go again. I can punish it like that. For example,
okay.
right? Doesn't matter how close it is, I can just punish it. No character can really do anything about its back air. It's just a free opening for me, basically, if you try punishing it. And that's something that you can utilize. If you know that the back air can't be punished like that, you can kind of apply pressure with it. If they try punishing, you get an opening. If they try jumping out of it, that's an opening. If they try rolling out of it, that's an opening. If they try rolling towards you, that's also an opening. These are things that you manipulate the opponent to do. Doesn't matter if it's a mistake or not, you can play against it and you can win against it. Rather than just like, I guess, relying on mistakes or just kind of going for things without clearly knowing what's happening. The other thing is that you've got the immediate one from a distance, like this. What does this do, right? Now this one doesn't really hit you if you stand still, but it hits short hops. So let's say you're playing against a character that does this a lot, right? Or they jump, like let's say you jump and you try to space nair or forward air right now with short hops. Here's an example, exactly. And I see that he jumps. Alright, cool. I'm gonna just immediately punish that, for example. I can just jump in and bam, cover it. Like this. Just not let you jump. This is short hop anti-air basically, and it applies pressure because even if I don't hit it, I've got back air or up tilt to cover me, right? And that's kind of the example of what this back air really does. It also can cover full hops. Let's say you full hop this time, exactly. So let's do it from a distance so I can run it and show you. So just exactly. So just full hop. No. Just hold on. Okay, one more time. It's full hop. There. I can just kind of cover it like that. Or if you full hop again, I have got this one. So let's say I'm shielding, for example, and you full hop while I'm shielding. So stand still. Here, just full hop. If I want to react to the full hop, I can just do this one, for example. And so the 3 key things in neutral is to establish shield, or like make the opponent shield by pressuring. Number 2 is cover short hop. Number 3 is cover full hop, or at least scope those 2 out so that it becomes an opening, all of those 3. And later, the less important things are like, does he roll away? Does he try punishing? Because punishing shouldn't be possible, you know, if you space it correctly. Does he roll in? Can I cover that? And so that's really all you have to play against at that point. Because if I keep jumping like this and keep pressuring like this, where are you going to punish me? In the air, right? I'm in the full hop range. Exactly. So you just have to like short hop nair, for example, or full hop fair, or whatever you feel like would hit me. But if you're fishing on the ground and you're shielding, that's me kind of winning against you at this point. And so this is why neutral is kind of complex, because you've got so many options and so many things to think about. Let's see.
Yeah.
And this is why also, like I said again, it's easier to just realize how this game works at its finest and most simplest with characters that are very basic. If we take Palutena as an example, it'll immediately just make sense how her neutral works. She's got obviously that neutral B, the little pew 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 thingy that will. It's a little bit like, imagine that's Fox or Falco laser, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes opponents shield from a distance. It makes them go aggro, or it makes them do something. You know, it might make them full hop from far away. It might make them run in with shield. Whatever it is, you can at least go, okay, this is what happens after I press neutral B. Not, I want to hit them with neutral B to deal damage. That's not really what it's for, right? It's just more like, What happens when I press this button? Okay, cool. This happens. Now, can I beat it? Can I play against it? Let's jump into another Omega stage. Let me show you how clean and
Who should I play as in this one?
You can go for Mario, for example.
Okay.
Okay, so her neutral is very simple, right? Back, bam, 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 consistently, because you can't challenge it. If you jump in and try hitting this, she'll just beat you with this. It's invulnerable, right? So let's say you feel like you have to jump. So shield, for example. Let's say you want to jump out of shield. Let's try that again. Bam, bam. If I see that, I can just basically take it like that, for example. I can also just kind of go for a full hop coverage, and all I'm doing here is just covering you from the middle stage. I'm not letting you have it, for example. Now let's say I see you short hop like you did before, like this, with Fox. Exactly. If I see that, I want to cover it, bam, this one just wins. I can also go for this one. This one starts combos instead of winning. So the risk here is that back air won't lose to anything, forward air might lose, but it starts combos, so there's a slight benefit. And this is all it is. It's literally just this. Hit the shield, see what they do, and then try punishing it, try playing around it. That's all this character is about. And then she has small other gimmicks, like down throw to forward air, to punish DI in, for example. So you get to learn, okay, every character should DI out to survive, but to survive raw, strong hits, they have to DI in. Now let's see. Go for a full hop, for example. She's got this one to cover full hop. She'll just cover it immediately. Like this, and she'll get another opening with it, and it becomes a combo. Now try for example, try grabbing my back air. Let's say I don't know what you're gonna do. I just space it, you grab it, I can basically dash attack you if I see it, for example. So one more time. Here. Bam, bam. That's an open. That's me just adding pressure like this. Once you realize you can't really grab it because it's impossible, you're gonna have to like try to jump to contest my jump. Because what I'm doing here, hold on, let me show you. What I'm doing here is that I'm jumping and adding back air at the very end, right? Which means I'm vulnerable before this back air comes out, because I'm not doing anything during the peak of the short hop. I'm only doing it at the bottom. So as Mario, you can anti-air me before I get to space you out. So here's the thing. This is why there's two kinds of aerials. There's landed aerial and immediate aerial. So let's say you want to short hop back air immediately against Mario, like Mario right now. Just try immediate back air. Short hop immediate back air. So try Y and A. It's just Y and A like this.
Oops. No, I'm not used to Y anymore.
Okay, so try short hop. And anything that would make a short hop back air. There it is.
There you go.
Okay. So you've got a short hop back air, as you just did, and you've got a landed back air. So now try landing the back air from a short hop. All of this is from a short hop.
Still gotta work on the short hops.
That was landed back air and immediate back air. Okay. Landed. Landed, exactly. And immediate. Try to go for an immediate back air. There it is. Okay. So those are the two different ones. The landed one is for pressure and spacing. The immediate one is for calling out short hops, like I said. So if you see that I'm spacing against you like this, your answer should be to just immediately punish before it gets to space. Right? And that's the little crux as well in the neutral. You have to kind of read it, and you have to predict it, and you have to call it out as well. Now if I see that you miss from this distance, that's basically just dash attack, and I beat you. So they have to respect the fact that you can beat anything from the distance if they miss, and they keep them walled out. And if you can play the character like this, very simply, and just easily like this, then if you can beat people like this, it's just the character it's not the character you're getting better at, it's the game. And then you can just transition into Mario very easily, and it'll make a lot more sense. Like that neutralize, for example, is pointless. Jumping in like this doesn't really work. trying to punish this doesn't work either. So with the simple tools that she has, she just beats people. You just need to know why and how it works, really. Once you can do it consistently, any of the more complex characters like Mario, Yoshi, Fox, whatever you want to play, Link, all of them will just make sense without me having to explain anything. So now I see that you're using that back air. If I want to beat it, I can just jump in like this and just punish you for easy jumping, for example. Or I can use the safer one, which is just bam, like this, and I'll cover the jump. See, that one made you full hop, for example, and I knew that was going to be space, so I just covered it. That one also made you full hop. And I just wall you out from the stage. It's very simple, very clean, very like basic, right? But if you know how to beat someone like this, then you understand the game, and that's the important thing, right? So you can't really start with someone complex like Fox without like understanding what the game really comes down to. It's the core of it. This is why I personally just recommend play Palutena, play Ike as much as you can, so that you just get good at the game. You don't need to learn the character-specific things. The better you get with Palutena and Ike, the better you get in general. Now, let's for example say with Mario as an example, pick Link.
How are we on time, by the way?
It's almost an hour, but we can do like 2 more games after this. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Just that I want to show you the concept of like pressure and how this really works with each character, and how it's like very similar. It's just that it's slightly more complex with these characters. So with Palutena, you had one very simple back air, right? With Mario, you've got the same thing. So you've got the landed back air and you've got the immediate back air, right? Now you personally need to work on the short hops because they you have trouble like executing it. It needs to be something that happens like 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
Now let's with Link you have a little bit more consistency. Let's see. Right. Okay. So if I apply pressure with back air like this, bam, against your shield, and you try jumping, just with the shield and my back air. So bam, you try jumping, I can just anti-air immediately for jumping, for example. If I want to apply pressure with Mario, I can do an immediate back air into one more back air, right? And I can cross you up in that as well, which means there's more options for Mario than it is for Palutena, because she can only do one back air and then back off. Now put up your shield. Exactly. So he can also cross up at the same time. Palutena can't, for example. So shield again. He can go for 1 and then 2 and get behind, and this is pressure in general that Link really can't deal with, right? If you, let's say you initially shield and try dealing with my back air right now. So 1, 2, and I get this opening right there. That's a grab, for example. So bam, bam. Oh, because you tried punishing. I can also use it as a bait, so I might jump in and then double jump, for example. That's also something you can do. And a lot of people like fall for that and try grabbing, because if I do this and then jump, it might seem like I'm about to like miss space unintentionally, right? So shield and try grabbing me when I get close. Exactly, and that's already an opening right there for me. I can just kind of bam, bait it out like this. So you've got more mix-ups to it, of course, but with Mario, instead of being able to only apply 1, 2, he can do 1, 2, 3, right? So he can do 2 aerials in a short hop. He can do landed back air first, so shield all of this, for example. He can do 1, 2, 3. None of which are punishable. Unless you power shield, for example, or there's like other specific cases. But this is the difference, right? There's a very small difference. It's just the game is still the same for all of these characters, and the fundamentals are still the same. So later on, it's not like you have to, like I said, you don't have to think about, how do I apply this with Mario, or like how does me learning Palutena and Ike apply to Fox? it just does. So like instead of questioning it, just get good at it, and eventually it'll just make sense. You'll be like, oh, I beat this player through doing these very simple things. Now I can just do this with Fox without even needing to complicate it, and still win. But if I feel like the simple stuff isn't working for Fox, you still have more complex things. You have a better advantage stage, better damage dealing, better lich trapping, faster frame data. All of that stuff will just help you a little bit. So so do you kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit, at least? Do you kind of get why I'm telling you these?
Yeah, perfectly, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That is one of the things. It's as much as I was looking up different videos and stuff on YouTube, like I can't find anything on like neutral game. So it's one of the things that I really needed to work on.
Have you seen the Art of Palutena or Art of Ike?
I think I've seen the Art of Ike, or I started to. I'm always watching things at like on my lunch at work, so
Oh, okay, I got you.
I lose track of how many. But like every day, I like watch something, whether it's like a fight or.
Have you
one
seen
of your
the Art of Smash 4? The part
Yeah, I've
4.
seen all of the Art of Smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Part 4 is like probably the only like raw neutral video where I talk about like the general idea of aggro defense. You know, you've seen it. You probably know what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of there
Yeah,
where I
I'm
go
gonna check it
through. I go through the basics. Like you have to add pressure, you have to react, and you have to space it. Right. That's all that really comes down to. And then I dive into the Art of Ike and I go into specifics. Alright, so what does this mean? The landed back air, the immediate back air, the spaced nair, the spaced air. What does it do? Not when it hits. When it hits, it's obvious. It hits, right? Whatever. Who cares? It's just a hit into something or a combo. Like, it's very simple. With Ike, you connect neutral air. It connects into, like, maximum 2 things. That's it. And by 2 things, I mean it's either going to be nair, grab, or nair, forward air. That's it. There's not much else, right? But the more interesting is, okay, what happens if somebody shields it? Does it mean that you failed? No, it means that you actually applied well pressure. Now you just need to understand like how Ike deals with people shielding. It's always in his favor to punish shield or like hit shields, and so he has to full hop or short hop because of this. And if he does, he's basically gonna land with these aerials. Like I said, he's vulnerable in the air before he lands with it. So you, as a player, can anti-air him before he gets to land. Small, simple things like this all get explained. With Palutena, it's even simpler. And I go through neutral at like the, let's say, baby level. And it'll make a lot of sense of like, huh, okay, this character seems broken because she's so simple and like all of her tools in the neutral just make sense. Like that seems like all the character really needs. So I'll link you all of those neutral specific videos that I want you to see. But
Cool.
yeah, so far I like the improvements. I just want you to work on the short hop, whether you do it with Y or X or shoulder button or whatever, just so that it becomes a consistent thing, right? 100 out of 100 times. Make that challenge, right? Go into training mode and try to make 100 short hops in a row, because I don't think you should ever have a mistake of like short hop versus full hop happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you feel like you want to ask before we end this?
Let's see. For Link, should I try to pressure more at a distance at first, or should I...
With Link, you can pressure from all distances. It's just hardest to deal pressure at very close range. The only, like I show you, the only very close range thing that he can do is the neutral air or the back air against shield. Everything else, because it's very limited at that point, but everything else is from a distance, right? You've got a forward air that is basically your sword. You've got back air that are your kicks. Neutral air is also kicks, so it's mid-range. Forward air is slightly longer than mid-range. And then you've got a boomerang, which is an extension of your sword that's slightly further away from where forward air wouldn't hit. Bombs are just an extension of what you can do in neutral, right? It makes you the one who can punish a little easier. You have a bomb that can go all directions and really quickly and leads into anything. So basically, you're a little stronger in neutral once you hold the bomb in most situations, not all of them, but most situations. Arrows are the very extensions of, like, you know, the maximum. So you can apply pressure from everywhere. It's just about like understanding what that pressure does when you've applied good pressure, when the pressure is already working, how to tomahawk grab somebody who's shielding your pressure already, how to like understand that he's shielding because he's realizing now that he can't punish anymore. So at this point, I've adapted already to that he's not going to be punishing, and instead, he's probably going to be either rolling into me or try to jump out of shield. These are the things that you need to work on in terms of pressure, so that you understand like what it does to the opponent, and the little clues that you can see that happen once you've applied pressure, for example.
Okay.
Let's see. So this one you've already seen, but you can always give it one more go if you don't remember it. And then you have... let's see if I can find it. Got 2 more videos. Here we go. I would honestly, I would probably recommend Palutena more than anyone else because she's
heavily funded.
she's the most, I guess, fitting for you. Ike, you were already pretty good at. You already knew how to space very well. Palutena is less about spacing and more about just raw neutral. And that way you kind of get to immediately jump into like, all right, let's just, you know, dive into the most simplest idea of this game and get good at it, and then you can apply the advanced stuff later. But
Okay.
yeah, Link in general, your Link is just gonna get really good after, because I remember I played Link for years, right? Even since Bro, I was just playing a lot of Link, and I thought I was good with Link, but I couldn't explain why or how to even he plays, right? I was just like, I guess he's good because I know how to press certain buttons, but I didn't even know. I didn't even know. That was just a thought. But then I played Ike for like 2 months straight, and I just understood the game at like the core, and I was just like, wow, okay, I missed spacing with forward air. I never did that with Link. I never spaced a single forward air in my life. I would spam projectiles. And I never called out full hops. I never knew how to immediately punish short hops. I didn't know how to hit and pummel a shield. I didn't know how to like hit a shield and punish jumps out of shield or rolls out of shield. That was not in my gameplay whatsoever. If it ever happened, it was just luck, or I was just really, really feeling it, but I didn't know why I was feeling it or what was happening. But now it's like the most simple and most I can just feel it. I just know it, right? And that's the most important part. Yeah.
Can I play your Link just for the fun
Oh yeah,
of it?
yeah. Of course. Let's do that.
And then
Link
we'll
Dittos
call it a
or
day.
Fox?
I'll be Fox.
Okay.
I'd probably have a better chance as Link, but as far as like seeing my Fox and Link, do you think once I get those basics down, for my playstyle, who do you think would suit me a little bit more? Between
You mean
the
what
two?
character you can do later? Honestly, who knows? Maybe you're the perfect Luigi main for all we know. I have no idea. That really comes down to like what you feel like you want to do later. But right now, it doesn't really matter because, like I said, you can kind of. Let me just see. Right now, you just need to, like I said, learn the basics, and it'll just make sense whenever you pick up any character how they should be played.
Whoops.
No. I'll win like this. Is there a timer? There's no timer.
Nope.
Okay.
I played someone online who stood there for like a whole minute, just waiting for me to drop the reflector. Oh. Oh man.
But yeah, the only other thing I would highly recommend is play. Are you in my student channel?
Student channel? No, I'm not sure. If I haven't heard of that.
Okay,
What is
let
that?
me invite you one sec. So, are you at least in the IzAw Smash Discord?
No, I don't think so. I only have Discord to contact you. That's pretty much it.
Okay, I got you. So this is gonna be great. Just let me know when you've joined it. I'll make you a student, which now gives you access to the student room, which basically gives you access to playing against actual human players, not for glory players. Human players that you can talk to. You know, you can either voice chat with them or chat with them normally. You can give each other feedback on like, okay, so what did I do wrong? Or maybe you can play somebody who is at your level, somebody that's worse, somebody that's better, specific matchup. You've got over 300 students there, so you can basically just pick and choose. Let's see. You got basically a forum to play people that are trying to get good, just like you are. Let's see.
Okay.
Blue is... There we go. So what you do is that you go into the student's room in the middle of the Discord. Can you see it?
No. I'm not very familiar with Discord either. I'm not sure which one.
Are you on the phone or on the computer?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the phone, let me just pick up my phone so I can direct you. On the phone, are you in my server right now? You're watching it.
The announcements?
Okay,
it says
so
hashtag announcements.
Okay, you're in the okay. So there's different servers, right? There's announcements, general Discord, friendlies, videos, music, art.
Oh, students' room.
Exactly. In the middle of it all is students' room. You gotta just go in there. You write @friendlies. If you scroll up, you'll see other people who wrote @friendlies. You can either write it yourself or write to them, and then you can just play them.
@friendlies. Oh yeah, I see people writing @friendlies.
And there you have people who I would 100% recommend that you play instead of like for glory, for example, or
Okay.
CPUs, for example.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll try to export this and send it to you as quickly as possible. If there's anything you feel like you want to ask during, just let me know and I'll help you out. But until then, man, have a good day and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Alright, cheers.
Have a nice day. Bye.